So today we're working with Word, and I was asked to take a look at this document to remove some troublesome spacing issues that the editor is having a hard time with. First thing I'm going to do is go up to my, on the home bar up here in the ribbon, I'm going to turn on the visual indicator for the paragraph spacing, so that way I can actually see what's going on. And I'll start looking down. One thing I can see right here in the navigation is this area has a it has a heading, but it's blank, so that's why you're seeing this extra spacer in the navigation. So if I just put the cursor in there and change this just to normal, that removes that blank space that was in the navigation on the left side. It doesn't really affect the flow of the text too much. If there are different font sizes, it'll take that into account, so the spacing could change just a little bit, but we've cleared that up. So the areas they wanted me to take a look at were, let's see, page 14 at the top. So let me scroll down a little bit. Oh, okay. So here we can see that we have all these extra paragraphs in, and I'll just highlight those and delete them. Let me just see if that was italicized before. Yes, it is. Okay. Oops. Redo. There we go. So we've got rid of those spaces. So let's take a look at the next section they wanted, which was page 18. It must be this. So we'll take these out. And it looks like they're doing single space between sections, so I'll leave that as it is. And we can peruse the document to see if anything else has changed. Not sure if this was intentional or not, but there's some extra spaces here I guess we could remove. And continue to go through. I think there was something at the top. Go up a little bit. So this, perhaps they wanted this overview to be on starting on a new page. That could be. They do have some extra spacing here to make this start on its own page, I think. Not sure. The problem with doing extra spacing by putting in returns is that when you add and remove from the text, it changes the spacing required. So I'm just going to change this, assuming that they want the overview to be on the next page. I'm going to delete these, but just put in a page break. So I could do control return, or just go to the insert and then page break. And then I'll get rid of the spacing. There we go. And so that way, if they change the flow of these previous sections, this will retain its beginning on the next page. If you do use page breaks, also having the paragraph marks on allows you to just highlight and then delete a page break or a section break if necessary. If you've ever tried to figure out where that page break is, that can be infuriating. So it can be really useful to have the marks on. And so they have the section break here, so I'll just leave that. That should be fine. That looks pretty good. I'm not sure why they have these extra spaces here, but since it's at the beginning of a page, there doesn't seem to be any reason to have that. Go down. So some inconsistencies about using one space between sections or two spaces. I guess I'll clean that up a bit. Oops. There we go. And there's an extra space here because it looks like they wanted this at its own section as well, so that's why. So we could take these extra spaces out and then instead put in a page break. So that way the next year when they go through and do this, this will start in its own section again, regardless of what they change up here. And we've got a few extra spaces. So if they don't want this section the way it is, we can remove the page break, but as it stands, this might be good enough for them, so I'll go ahead and turn off my paragraph marks and then save this, and I'm done.